Vegeta has departed Earth to go and train to attain Super Saiyan and remembered the whole instant transmission instant. He thought to himself,
"So Kakarot managed to learn that technique, huh? Well, it will benefit me to train and go to Earth back to those weaklings."
Upon landing, Vegeta wasn't greeted very nicely, mainly because he was pent up and also arriving in an armor similar to Frieza Force armor, seeing him as a threat initially, but Vegeta then asked the training similar to Kakarot's, or how he refers him with his pride falling apart, Goku. The Yardratian says,
"Well, we had to nurse him back up when he came back from Namek. We just taught him instant transmission because we were fixing his ship. We can teach you some other things, but you're not in the right mindset." "So what should I do? Be dumb like that clown?" "You can train a lone class, but you can't train an elite." "Sorry, but we need you in the right mind for your training to start. I'm gonna take you to our elder."
With it, Vegeta and the Yardratian went to the Yardrat elder.
"So this is your elder, huh? He resembles that guru or whatever Namekian.
I see you came here to cleanse your mind."
"Cleanse my mind? I'm the prince of all Saiyans. I don't need some stupid cleansing. I cleanse planets of his population for a living."
"Exactly. We need to cleanse your mind before anything. I shall begin the ritual."
"Hey, who told you I consent to this?"
"Well, you want to learn instant transmission. That's enough consent already."
Outsmarted by an idiot. Fine."
Vegeta then sat down, as the elder then shot a mind control ki at Vegeta, making Vegeta fall into an emotional storm, as he was coping with himself on the inside. He was screaming, shrieking, crying, laughing, punching, kicking, you name it. Vegeta eventually started calming down as his internal mind coping has started to ease up. He realized he's been chasing a ghost this entire time, and that Goku is just a mind obstacle of his, letting it go. He then remembered his race, Nappa, and all the events he couldn't control, as he couldn't control his emotions as well anymore, before spurting out one last power-up in the form of a Super Saiyan. Vegeta broke out of his mind control spell and saw himself as a Super Saiyan. But not only that, he wasn't as smug as in canon. Rather, he was calmed, as he exhaled and told the elder that he has no idea why he's here, as he chased something he can't catch on to. The elder agreed and told Vegeta he can train him instant transmission and Spirit Fission, a technique to split any kind of fused individual or individuals back to their past selves, which will benefit him greatly in the future. With it, Vegeta's training started, as he was taught more on his Super Saiyan transformation as well as instant transmission and Spirit Fission. He went through so much, but pushed through the end. As he finished his 2 years worth of training, he thanked the Yardratians, asking them of the price. The elder requested some of those senzu beans, since Goku spoke of them when he was on the planet. Vegeta agrees to it and instant transmissions back home. He goes straight to Korin's and takes a couple of senzu and then goes back to give them the prize, then returning back to Earth, but not before saying one last goodbye. Once he arrived back home, he went straight to Capsule Corp to meet up with Bulma. This is the moment where the two do some bedtime sparring and shit goes downhill for Yamcha. He then stays at Capsule Corp, utilizing his knowledge of training in base to beef up his Super Saiyan multiplier, and training as much as he can for the grand event, the androids. Since Vegeta began his travel up until now, 3 years passed. Vegeta has beefed up quite a bit, learning of his power and getting essentially equal to Goku. He's the first to arrive at the outskirts of South City, ready for action and waiting on Goku and his squad. Bulma arrived with baby Trunks, and Vegeta comments on Bulma for being stupid bringing child into the fight scene. Bulma just coughs at him. Goku spoils the whole Trunks bullshit, and thankfully no one catches on. All of a sudden, an explosion is heard from the city, and Vegeta is the first to go and rush into the city, searching for any traces of the androids since they cannot be sensed by any means. Goku is having a slight heartburn, but not concerning. Yamcha finds the androids and gets shanked. Thankfully, the Z Fighters are there in a second and they save Yamcha from his potential death. Vegeta then requests this fight to be taken into the outskirts of town, to which the androids comply. Goku is told by Vegeta that he can have Gero and he'll take on the Marshmallow. Goku agrees on those terms and they land in an isolated area, ready to battle. The two androids still have no idea on Super Saiyan, so when Goku and Vegeta transformed, the androids were taken aback by it, getting scared and intrigued at the same time. Goku then began feeling his heartburn growing exponentially, and Vegeta knew the heart virus is getting to him, so he started assisting Goku, despite Goku telling him not to.
Kakarot, you're falling a victim to that damned virus. Go get your damn medicine and go home, you clown, while I take care of business.
Goku finally remembered that the heart virus is finally catching on to him, so he went home and barely made it in time for the medicine to begin its process. Vegeta in the meantime went and dealt with Android 19 and then proceeded to pummel 20 to shreds, succeeding so as well. Vegeta was praised, but not for long, as Trunks came by, bitching about them not being the correct androids. Vegeta calls Trunks a failure and asks for the location of Gero's lab, to which Trunks has no answer, but thankfully Bulma does, so they go to the lab. In the lab, the androids aren't awakened yet, so they're not a threat. Vegeta busts the doors open and Trunks comments on how they have to get rid of the androids. So, Vegeta and Trunks get rid of all three androids, while Krillin and Yamcha investigate the rest of the lab. They come across an embryo and they decide to take it out, resulting in it dying due to it not getting nutrition from the fluid it's had in. With it, the Z Fighters pack their shit up and get out. However, although Trunks is safe, Bulma found Trunks' time machine. Trunks identified it as his, but also not his. Not 30 seconds later, the radio notifies Trunks, Bulma, and Gohan that there has been people literally getting their life sucked out of them by a green bugman. Trunks gets scared and goes to the city to investigate, but sees no one except pools of loose skin all over the streets, almost vomiting at the sight. Vegeta then comes in clutch.
Hey son, the bug creature is in the city next door. If we hurry, we can catch him in the act.
Alright, let's go, father.
Upon arrival, they see the streets empty and a bug creature standing right in front of them.
Hey, show your face.
You're shouting at the almighty Cell. Now tell me where the androids are, so I can stop feeding off of people.
Yeah, all killed. Now leave far away from here, or else.
Or what? You're gonna fight me?
No, we're gonna kill you. Your choice, Cell.
Their stare down began, as well as their fight. Trunks rushed, but Cell easily countered the attack. Trunks fired a Galley gun, but both Vegeta and Trunks were taken aback when Cell powered up a Galley gun of his own. With that, Vegeta and Trunks are in quite of a pickle at this point. No one knows the outcome of this battle. The Galley gun Cell threw gets dispersed by both Trunks and Vegeta, since Vegeta came in clutch and helped out.
The father and the son. I will enjoy absorbing your powers.
I've been looking for someone to test my new skills on, but not without a fight. Trunks, stay out of the way and let me handle him.
Vegeta then powered up his Super Saiyan and rushed at Cell. Cell is surprised but manages to keep up. Essentially, the two are tied in terms of power due to Vegeta properly training, but he's still far too weak, as you'll see shortly. Vegeta eventually started getting the hang of Cell's fighting style and dominates Cell. Cell then pulled back, giving himself some room.
Are you ready to see something else?
That being...
Watch. Me.
He's using Kakarot's technique now. Guess it can't be helped.
Vegeta instant transmission right behind Cell and thanks to his spirit control, threw a keyblade right in Cell's back, while Cell didn't even notice. Vegeta pulled the blade out, only to see the wound healing up.
What is he now, the Slug Man?
Cell then burst out a golden aura like of a Super Saiyan and threw that Kamehameha he was charging up right at Vegeta. Trunks screamed for his father as Vegeta got caught right in the blast. As the blast got dissipated, Vegeta was standing there, blocking as much as possible with his armor busted off and him barely standing.
Looks like a Saiyan is singing a different tune.
How'd you get so strong?
Well, I waited for your attack for that instant Zenkai, and now I have defeated you.
Smart fucker.
Cell then stuck his tail in Vegeta and started sucking the life out of him. But Trunks came in clutch and kicked Cell away. Trunks then took his father and tried flying away with him, but Cell was easy to catch up. Trunks then sent part of his power into Vegeta, and just as Cell was about to catch him, they disappeared, courtesy of Vegeta having enough power to instant transmission back to Capsule Corp and making Trunks and himself suppressing their ki, so they were both unnoticeable. Goku is relocated to Capsule Corp to make his recovery quicker, so Vegeta goes and trains up, understanding Zenkai a bit more and attempting to get to the blink of death and healing up with a few senzu, essentially what Goku did on his way to Namek. With it, he managed to power up quite a good bit, even though it was just a few hours of training. However, he went to play it safe and came in clutch once Goku is awake, so they have better chances at victory. Goku in the meantime is still sleeping, trying to survive, and is succeeding so very well now that he's at Capsule Corp. Krillin asks what's their next move, and Vegeta replied how the next thing should be to power up, getting some more boost out of their Super Saiyan. Thinking of a way to ascend further a different way than he did in his gravity chamber with the Zenkai. So they just waited on Goku to wake up and recover fully. Nothing was perfect though, as Cell was searching for the key of everyone whose DNA was shared by him, and no one seemed to be powered up enough for Cell to sense him. So he decided to go from town to town yet again and suck up people's life energy again. It's been a week and Cell has powered up quite a bit. Piccolo is on the lookout, looking to get fused with Kami again, and Goku is nearly fully healed and also on the lookout, asking Kami to train in the time chamber, and he was granted that in case the fusion of him and Piccolo fails to finish the job, succumbing to the whole fusing thing, as Piccolo and Kami fuse back to their former selves. Piccolo looks at himself and then rushes down to battle Cell. Goku follows with his ki suppressed and with distance. Piccolo lands right in front of Cell.
It's the green one. Tell me, how did you get so strong?
That doesn't matter right now. Let me give you a display on my new power instead.
Piccolo then rushes Cell, who is massively more stronger himself, but not stronger than Piccolo. Piccolo manages to fold Cell up quite a bit until Cell regenerated and continued his offense, getting closer and closer to Piccolo until he straight up surpassed him and shoved a fist through Piccolo.
Thanks to you, my creator took your DNA and made it to perfection. Now, die!
Cell is about to kill Piccolo until Vegeta came in rushing and kicked Cell away. Back a bit half an hour, Vegeta was thinking of a way to kill Cell. He remembered the Spirit Fission and decided to fly to the fighting scene to test it. Back to the present, Vegeta, now that he has damaged Cell, has enough of an opening to perform the fission. He split the energy into everyone who has ever died by Cell and to revitalize Piccolo, leaving him with a little bit of his own energy from back then, pouring in his own energy and saying,
Didn't think this would work, but considering you don't know this technique, it has given me a chance to use it, Cell. Now prepare for the Spirit Gallic Gun!
Vegeta then cupped his hands and began charging an already massively powerful blast, making it shine bluish purple before Vegeta fires the newly formed Gallic Gun of his right at Cell, disintegrating him. Vegeta saved the day from thinking smart, although a bit late. With it, Cell is gone. Trunks is kind of scared to return because of Cell, so Vegeta trains him with Zenkai to make him more powerful and also attempts to teach him Spirit Fission, which he actually manages to do. Trunks then leaves, thanking everyone and being thanked too, before departing back to the future, where he disposes of the androids relatively quickly, healing with a sensu and then destroying Cell even easier than the androids. 7 years have passed and Vegeta is just chilling at Capsule Corp, bonding with Trunks quite a bit and actually being a father. Goku piped his wife and got a son not long after Cell was killed, so he was more into the fatherhood himself, receding away from training just a bit. Gohan is now in high school and is a scholar, which made Chi-Chi proud, and Goten is training with his father the majority of the day, as well as focusing on his studies. Goku is also doing family stuff such as getting groceries here and there and being at home more, which he kind of hates but slips in training at any time he can. Back to Gohan, that goes pretty similarly to canon, with Videl finding out about the Great Saiyaman bullshit and also inviting him to the Tenkaichi Budokai, to which the entire Sun and Breeze families join in. In this case, the androids don't exist, so Krillin is still hooked with Marin, who has become more of a caring wife than a spoiled bitch, so they apply for the tournament. 30 days later, they go to the tournament grounds and everything goes exactly the same, just with Goku and Vegeta being the main two that are seen to have potential by Shin and Kibito. So the fights go further. Gohan actually quits the fight with Kibito just like Piccolo did with Shin, and the next round is Goku and Vegeta. Yama and Popovich are hiding, waiting on the opportunity. Goku and Vegeta walk to the tournament arena, both with smiles on their face, as they fist bump right before entering the arena itself. With that, Goku's and Vegeta's fight is about to begin, with Yama and Popovich waiting on the opportunity to take the energy from the strongest fighter there and using it to break the seal on the ball that contains Majin Buu. The next fight will determine who will get their energy sucked out of them. Goku and Vegeta had a stare down, both smiling at each other. Beginning the battle, the second the instrument was percussed. Goku and Vegeta both disappeared and started their battle. They were everywhere on the battlefield and were just fighting and or sparring like usual, making the bleachers stand in shock as to what they were seeing, which is nothing. Once Goku and Vegeta came to a standstill, the bleachers started cheering on, as the two had a small convo to each other.
Wow, that's quite an improvement, Kakarot. I didn't know you can push me that well in base. How about we kick it up a notch?
I couldn't agree more, Vegeta.
As both of them powered up into their respective Super Saiyan forms, making the power eater of Yamus go off the charts. As the two prepared to rush, the two Kais said, "See, whatever happens next, you need to let it go. It's crucial to the situation." And decided to paralyze both Goku and Vegeta, which proved pretty hard to control, but got easier as they got drained more and more. Once both of them were drained up, the two left, leaving the Saiyans down on the ground. Shin and Kibito rushed in to aid and healed them both. "I'm sorry, it had to come to this, but it was crucial if you just let me explain."
I'm listening. You better not be wasting our time.
"Thank you. My name is Shin. This is Kibito, and we are the Supreme Kais in the universe."
Huh? Supreme Kais?
"Yes, we came here to recruit you in taking down Majin Buu. You got your energy stolen to get Majin Buu unsealed from his ball, and once he's unsealed, there's no telling what he can do. So we need the powers of the two strongest people on this planet. That being you two."
What are we waiting for?
"Let's go!" Goku, Vegeta, Shin and Kibito depart, with Gohan following behind, as well as Piccolo. Shin explains in detail on who Majin Buu is. Vegeta didn't think of anything this time and stood silent. Kibito explained further how Majin Buu is the greatest evil this planet could have come across, and the only way to defeat him is to destroy every last bit of his being. Kibito then goes on about how Majin Buu has absorbed numerous people and Kais and fused with them to become superiorly strong. Vegeta then thought of Spirit Fission, to which Shin replied,
Yes, Vegeta.
is the only way to end this nightmare. That's why we need you to unfuse him from everyone and everything he's ever absorbed in his entire life of killing. As they approached the ship, we're greeted with Yama and Popovich getting brutally killed by the Bora and Pui Pui, as Pui Pui went back inside. Goku wanted to make a move, seeing the two get killed like that, but Vegeta said not to, as they need to find an opening first. The Bora found them though and went to spit at them. Shin told Vegeta to move out of the way, and Vegeta got spit on, turning him into stone. The same happened to Piccolo. Shin was terrified now and told Goku to kill the Bora by any means necessary. Goku understood and went to take the Bora on in his Super Saiyan 2, but it was easily stopped by a pink blob we know as Majin Buu, with Babidi right next to him, commanding Buu to attack Goku. Gohan joined in, taking the first hit of Buu's, while Goku flied up and went to display the fruits of his training to Buu. Gohan took on the Bora. Seeing what he's done to Vegeta, he's on high guard with the spit. Gohan managed to do some damage to the Bora, but eventually got turned into stone himself. But it was already too late for the Bora. Thanks to spirit control, Vegeta didn't fully get turned into candy and managed to break loose from the spell, putting an arm through the Bora's body, killing him instantly and getting Gohan and Piccolo back to their former selves. Vegeta then rushed towards Buu, but saw Goku Super Saiyan 3, looking in awe and appreciating Goku, letting him fight Buu for a bit unless it gets out of hand. Goku began to fight with Buu and he managed to hold his own, but the toll on Goku's body from Super Saiyan 3 and the fact that Goku is still alive made it impossible to maintain the form, making Vegeta jump into rescue and letting Goku heal up. But it was too late and Goku tapped out of the form. Vegeta was now on his own, needing to land only one punch on Buu, so Vegeta damages him so he can power up as high as he can go. That too being Super Saiyan 3, and after a gruesome 2 minutes of yelling, he went to deal damage to Buu by blasting him until he split into two. Vegeta then performed Spirit Fission on Buu, which released all the Kais and numerous other people, making Buu a kid again. Vegeta and Shin looked in shock, both from different things, and Vegeta powered down to Super Saiyan 2 to battle Kid Buu, as Shin took the fission to safety where Buu won't get to find him. Kibito stayed to tell Vegeta of the Buu's candy beam, as Buu has an ability to absorb by turning people into candy, and to be well aware. Vegeta said okay, and then got into his stance. Buu noticed him and rushed in blindly, as Vegeta fought him on a spot. Goku was still weakened from using Super Saiyan 3 and took appreciation in Vegeta that he took a smart approach using the form for a short period of time to his advantage. Vegeta told Goku to begin charging a Genki Dama, as he doesn't know how much longer he's gonna hold up against Kid Buu, so Goku listened. Vegeta then went in for as many attacks as he could, but improved in vain as Buu always regenerated. Goku used the power of the entire Earth to put their power into his Genki Dama, still charging it. Vegeta started getting extremely tired, dropping back to a regular Super Saiyan, but Goku was ready with his attack. Seeing the Genki Dama, Vegeta told Goku to throw it down as he has a plan, and Goku reluctantly does so, throwing the Genki Dama. Vegeta waited for Buu to notice the blast coming down, so when he did, Vegeta came up and held Buu in place. As the bomb crept in closer, once it was dangerously close, Buu started pushing it back. But Vegeta then released without Buu noticing, went behind Buu, and prepared a big bang attack of his own, throwing it at Buu. Buu was too slow to notice and was engulfed in both blasts, as the blast consumed him. Buu was finally gone with the combined efforts of Goku and Vegeta. The two fist bumped and started flying back to the tournament grounds, as they returned back to the tournament, where they told the referee to restart their battle, as they're going all out. The referee agreed, and the round 2 of their fight began, as they both took senzus along the way. Goku and Vegeta then agreed to both go into their Super Saiyan 3s and battle until they can't no more in the form. So they power up to Super Saiyan 3 and begin their second round. They are both on par and are equal, both getting tired very fast. In the end, they both collapse down on the ground from exhaustion and called it even, with the referee too calling it a draw. The two are happy that they are literally equal, and Goku commented on the fact that they're actually equal and took appreciation in it. But Vegeta has fainted. Goten and Trunks came to aid their fathers. With that, Buu was destroyed and the tournament fight came to a close. But the problems are very far from over. After that tournament battle, Goku and Vegeta enjoyed their life as regular Saiyans with families and actual lives, but training for the most part. Goten and Trunks are basically best buds like their parents, and they join in on a sparring every now and then. Gohan is quick on his feet, but is falling into the family basket with Videl, since the two have now married. One day, Goku dropped by Capsule Corp to train with Vegeta, and they sparred, then went into the gravity room to train up. But Goku was already so used to the gravity that not even 1,000 times can make an impact on his training, asking Vegeta why is that even necessary, and Vegeta responds with,
Well, Kakarot, I would usually mortally wound and tire myself out, and then train in this gravity. The Zenkai proves to be extremely potent in this case, and it gets me Super Zenkais. You already figured that one out on a Namek, when you got beaten to a bloody pulp.
Goku is astonished by Vegeta's determination and is looking forward to training with Vegeta after his discovery, so they train up a bit more, to which they both use Super Saiyan 3, which they now mastered to a decent extent. However, at the far end of the universe, a hairless purple cat has awoken from its slumber, mumbling some bullshit about a Super Saiyan God, to which Whis replies, Yes, right away, sir. Let me get some information about the current situation of the Saiyans in this universe. Whis finds a bunch of Saiyans still around, and Beerus starts bitching about how Frieza is useless and how he should have written the universe of Saiyans, so he goes to investigate. After destroying a planet or two, he sees the vision of his again, seeing the Super Saiyan God yet again and wanting to check for all Saiyans in the universe. So Whis looks up and sees Goku in the other world on King Kai's world and Gohan and Vegeta on Earth, along with the kids. Whis tells Beerus so, and Beerus requests to go to King Kai's, and so they go. On Earth, Bulma is hosting a birthday party, and Vegeta isn't as stubborn to not come along, so he's on the ship and hanging out with the squad. Goku is obviously training over at King Kai's and is working up quite a sweat, destroying most shit and getting confused when King Kai gets mad at him. King Kai then turns from seething to scared, doing some random bullshit to appear normal, but Goku knows it's a dead giveaway. The Kai explains who Beerus is and why he needs to be scared too, but Goku decided to be an idiot and wants to fight him. King Kai just tells him to hide until Beerus is gone. Beerus then arrives and shares small talk with him until Beerus notices Goku hiding away. Goku introduces himself and the same canon fight goes on. Goku is only slightly stronger in this case, but it's not even noticeable for Beerus to have any thrill of the fight. Beerus then leaves for Earth and Goku tries to follow, but King Kai stops him. On Bulma's massive cruiser ship, Vegeta went to take his food and eat somewhere else, thinking about dropping by Goku to train over in the other world. All of a sudden, he's contacted by King Kai.
Hey, Vegeta! Urgency!
King Kai, what's so urgent that you had to call me of all people?
Beerus the Destroyer is coming to Earth. He's on his way as we speak.
Beerus. Sounds familiar.
I don't care if you two had a bubble bath. Do not anger him.
Okay, Mr. Attitude. I got it.
Vegeta then sits on one of the ship's supports and starts thinking about who Beerus might be. Just then, Beerus makes his appearance to Vegeta. Although this time, Vegeta didn't get tricked. Beerus then went on to explain how he seeks for a Super Saiyan God, but before Vegeta could spout anything out, Bulma comes over and invites Beerus and Whis to her party. The two agreed to go and Vegeta started sweating bullets, but kept his cool around Beerus. He got to the point where he was talking to Beerus perfectly casually actually, Since Buu was split into Kais and so on, Buu does not exist, so there's nothing to trigger Beerus. Beerus had a good time and even spoke to Vegeta about the prophecy he had.
So tell me, Vegeta, what do you know of a Super Saiyan God?
Super Saiyan God? I don't know much. Never really believed into such things. But no, Lord Beerus, I don't know anything. All I know is that it was some fictional guy that fused his powers with other Saiyans to become that. Other than that, I have no idea. It basically became a legend.
Ah, I see. I asked that pal of yours, Goku, about it too, and he's even more clueless.
You mean Kakarot? Yeah, I was, yeah. He's a friend of mine, yes.
Your planet possesses what you guys call Dragon Balls that can grant basic wishes. Can you summon the dragon and ask of the said god?
I don't know how Bulma will react with their grand prize getting snatched for something so stupid.
It's not stupid, you foolish Saiyan!
Vegeta got scared at the fact that he himself got Beerus angry, so he went ahead and asked Bulma he kinda urgently needs Dragon Balls because Beerus didn't come for a party, rather for something extremely important. Bulma starts shrieking, but Beerus imposes her with a stare, so she had to succumb to her grand prize getting taken away and having to replace it with something else. Vegeta goes to summon a dragon and Shenron is summoned. Vegeta wishes for every piece of information about a Super Saiyan God, and Shenron does not disappoint on that, going through the entire history of it with Yamoshi and how it was succeeded. With it, Vegeta gets to choose who will become a Super Saiyan God. He opts for himself to go, but they do not have enough Saiyans on hand. Videl announces her pregnancy in front of everyone, so that happens earlier, and they try the ritual. However, it fails with only 5 Saiyans. Goku then conveniently joins in on the fun, just as Whis is explaining the whole situation. Goku says he will become a god, since he's slightly stronger than Vegeta, to which Vegeta confirms so, and they begin the ritual. At this point, everything goes exactly as per canon. That goes from Goku and Beerus first starting, all the filler, all the fighting, and the eventual fall of Super Saiyan God, and in the end, Goku, Beerus went to fall asleep, and everything went as per normal from here. Plenty of time has passed since the fight. Goku is back to farming, while Vegeta is trying to find better ways to get stronger so that next time they have to fight Beerus, they get much stronger. That, however, all changes when Whis comes over to Bulma for food, while Vegeta is clueless. Vegeta finally encounters Whis as he's exiting his chamber and gets scared, asking for Beerus, but gets relieved when he hears no sign of Beerus around. I see your training style isn't proper. You need to train your mind as well as your body, not just focus on your strength.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you need to find a decent master that can help you further your understanding of Ki and how to control it better.
Well, can you do that?
What makes you think I will do that for you?
Well, you know most about it. I'll do anything to get taught by you.
Okay, give me the greatest dish you can find, and I will train you.
How about cupped ramen?
Vegeta then prepares ramen for Whis, and Whis sure enjoys every single second of it, accepting Vegeta with the first taste. Vegeta then asks to take Goku along, and Whis has no issue with it. So he calls up Goku, asking to train Whis, to which Goku can't say no to, and just goes with Whis and Vegeta in his farming robes. With that, they leave to Beerus' planet to train. Goku and Vegeta went to Beerus' world to train up and get stronger. Since they both went there, they did chores a lot faster, so training was also faster. So in 6 months they work up quite the sweat. Meanwhile, Frieza Force went to revive Frieza, and boy did they do it. They went to Earth and summoned Shenron, wished Frieza back, and left as quick as they came, without anyone noticing. Except Gohan, who started worrying of that familiar ki he just sensed. Goku and Vegeta also got a weird hunch that something is gonna go south very soon, so they train up and get powerful as fuck in a very short span of time. Whis already taught them Ki Control and God Ki, so they're all set for that. Frieza went to train for his 4 months to surpass the Saiyans and finally set terror to the universe. Goku has gotten a hold of Super Saiyan Blue as well as Vegeta, and they started training up for a higher level. Goku tried experimenting with Kaioken, and Vegeta started meditation to try and surpass the limit mentally. However, that was abruptly stopped when Bulma called up, saying Frieza is returning, saying her friend Jaco has delivered the news. Both Goku and Vegeta were surprised that Frieza is back and are trying to think of a way to get back. They asked of Gohan to power up, and once he did, both Saiyans, Beerus and Whis came over too, because they said they can't miss the fun. With it, they waited on. Goku and Vegeta played rock paper scissors in the meantime to see who will get to fight Frieza first, and Vegeta won because he predicted Goku's throw with the help of meditation. Vegeta then waited on, and boy couldn't he wait, because the second Frieza ship touched down and opened its doors, Vegeta was already in front of it as he went to destroy it without second thought, as Frieza got out of his ship.
Well, if it isn't the proud monkey. Are you here to fight me?
You goddamn right I am, Frieza. Are you ready to die?
You dare talk to me like that? I gave you everything, and this is how you treat me? With death? Well then, monkey, let's get to dancing.
Frieza then jumped straight to his final form and started rushing at Vegeta, landing blow after blow. But nothing worked as Vegeta just took it and landed a stronger punch every time. Vegeta then went ahead and started pushing Frieza back, so much so that Frieza was basically cornered.
I see. You have trained up to sustain my full power. I know you're hiding your true power, so get along with it and show me, monkey.
With great pleasure, you cum-stained lizard.
Vegeta then started powering up, enveloping himself into a blue aura, turning into a Super Saiyan Blue for the first time in front of everyone.
Alright, you foolish idiot. Let's see what you have in stock.
Alright then, let us begin.
Frieza then started powering up into his golden form and completely shadowed Vegeta, but Vegeta wasn't surprised. Vegeta just standing there, looking at Frieza showing off.
Witness the fruits of my training, monkey, and bow down before your master.
Yeah, as if I would.
Vegeta then rushed Frieza at full power of his and landed the strongest punch he could, being fueled by rage and the thought that Frieza extinguished the entire Saiyan race from the face of the universe. Frieza was shadowed yet again, but he then powered up to his full power and then just slightly surpassed Vegeta. Vegeta was now cornered and had nowhere to go, but he just smiled and smirked back at every assault Frieza threw at him. Frieza became very triggered.
What's so funny, you ape?
Your ego is what makes me laugh. You think you're a god now, but I can sense your power leaving you with every punch and kick. You need to learn to control your power and attain it instead of using it right off the bat, you selfish stain.
Vegeta then powered up to his fullest and dealt an extremely damaging punch, to which Frieza flew into a mountain. Vegeta then watched as Frieza's power crippled and asked of Goku to finish him off. And so Goku did. Goku then powered up to his Super Saiyan Blue and started preparing a Kamehameha, throwing it at a crippled Frieza, all while Vegeta was watching Frieza die right in front of him. Thankfully, Frieza was way too slow to do anything to the planet. With it, Goku and Vegeta saved the Earth from its potential demise, which would be easily reversible with Whis, but still, a very good deed from both. It's been a few weeks since the whole thing. Goku and Vegeta were both chilling at Capsule Corp before going back to Beerus' world to train up to get even stronger. Over there, they meet up with Champa, who requested an urgent meeting with Beerus about food, and Beerus agreed. With both Saiyans, Angels, and Destroyers there, Beerus tried Champa's eggs, only to get disappointed. Even the two Saiyans tried the eggs, and they're just average eggs to them. Vegeta commented and said that they have much better food than just that. Champa then tried ramen and then got angry and requested the location of all their food, and Whis helped with finding Earth in their universe. Champa was bummed but then requested a tournament for the control of Earth since they had no Earth, to which Goku and Vegeta couldn't take on lightly. They both agreed, which led to Beerus accepting the proposal, which made Champa very happy. With it, they arranged the tournament. Goku and Vegeta already know who to invite to the tournament. That is Gohan and Piccolo. However, they're debating with their 5th fighter. So Beerus arranges Monaka to fight as a 5th fighter and only as a last resort. So with it, they head straight to the tournament grounds. On an unknown planet, Champa is already munching all of his food supplies 15 minutes before the tournament. They head to do a written exam and they have passed it with somewhat flying colors. Monaka was treated as a king by Beerus, and the rest just went ahead and started picking fighters. In this tournament, everything went literally the same up until the fight with Vegeta and Hit. Vegeta used all his tricks but couldn't lay a hand on Hit. Realizing what Hit is doing, he tried his theory and predicted Hit's moves, making Hit impressed at a Royal Saiyan. Vegeta was pretty focused on the battle that he legit started taunting Hit into his improvement power-up. Vegeta then started having some difficulty after the power-up. Hit then did another improvement and completely turned the tables on Vegeta, who is taken pretty hard but still not lethal kicks and punches. Vegeta then started getting desperate and went to get some distance, telling Hit he can defeat him in an instant if he were allowed a bit of time. Hit allows that and Vegeta starts his evolution process. Champa screams at Hit to attack, but Hit does the same he did with Goku and lowers his guard to observe, as Vegeta screamed. Hit just looked on, with Champa losing his shit on the whole situation. After a tiring minute of screaming, we see Vegeta bursting what looks like lasers and Vegeta emerging from his aura, covered in stars as he achieved Super Saiyan Blue evolution in front of everyone. Goku was cheering Vegeta on. Beerus and Whis took appreciation that it only took them a year to learn and even go further beyond. Vegeta then looked at Hit.
Are you ready? I've trained for almost a year to achieve what you've seen me using. Just like your time skip, I won't disappoint. Come at me with all you've got.
With that, Vegeta performed an assault on Hit, landing the strongest punch on Hit and dazing him out. The winner so far is still gonna be uncertain. Hit couldn't dodge the first offense of freshly transformed Super Saiyan Blue evolution Vegeta and took the punch straight on, making him fall back as he tried recovering. Vegeta just stood there, looking on Hit and waiting for him to recover.
You asked me to rush at you with all my might. Well, that wasn't all, but you get the idea. Such speed and strength.
Hit then powered up to do yet another improvement and went to assault Vegeta, but in the middle of his time skip, Vegeta broke free from the time skip and landed a critical punch on Hit's liver, making him bend down onto the ground from pain. Hit had no idea what Vegeta just went through or what kind of transformation he just used to get such a massive power boost.
I'll call this form Blue Evolution. One step above a regular Super Saiyan Blue. Let's go, Hit.
Vegeta rushed at Hit, dealing plenty of damage to him, before starting to prepare a Gallic gun and readying it to fire at Hit. Hit tried to power up a blast of his own, but the volumes of the two blasts were night and day, as Vegeta threw that Gallic gun. Hit threw his own blasts, but it was very quickly overtaken and Hit was engulfed in the blast. With it, Hit was eliminated and Vegeta won, as he dropped back to base and fell on his knees to catch a breather. Goku gave Vegeta a thumbs up and Vegeta returned it back. Hit came up to Vegeta and congratulated him on the victory. Vegeta then smiled, stood up and extended his hand for a handshake. Hit looked at it, but shook Vegeta's hand in the end. From this point on, everything was as usual, including Zeno, Super Dragon Balls, and the return. It's been a few months since the tournament, and nothing interesting was happening in that time span. However, in an alternate timeline, we see Trunks running from something which is causing destruction all over the place. Trunks then hides along with future Bulma. Just as they're about to depart into the past, that someone barges in and kills Bulma. Trunks does the best he can to escape, and he does. Trunks manages to escape into Capsule Corp and fire up the machine. Black noticed, and he tried to attack him, but Trunks was long gone. Back in the present, we see Goku being forced to farm by Chi-Chi, as he calls up Piccolo to harvest and all. Back at Capsule Corp, the time machine appears as its future Trunks. Present Trunks is weirded out by this, and Bulma went to look for something the second she saw him. She called Goku, who escaped the field to train with Whis using the communicator, and they get there. Future Trunks gets a sensu, and with that, he attacks Goku for no obvious reason. He then apologizes and gets to the story.
Sorry for attacking you, but trust me, I have a good reason.
Skip the trivia, son. What's going on? They had to come back crying this time.
Well, the reason being is that the person which is attacking my timeline, he looks just like Goku, even calling himself Goku. But we call him Goku Black.
You're extremely not creative. I can't believe you're my son.
I don't care about none of that. The Black is terrorizing my timeline, and I can't stop him alone. Every mean of boost to training is gone. I have no one to train with. I need to get stronger, and I was thinking of you guys. Maybe you can help?
Sure, but why Black?
Well, he basically has your gi, but it's black.
That was quickly backed up when Goku Black enters the present timeline through a rift and stops Trunks mid-sentence. Goku immediately went to him to fight him, of course.
So you're Goku Black, huh? Been a while since I've seen you.
Let's see if you still have your power.
This part goes as in the original, so the time machine is destroyed. All while that's happening, Beerus and Whis have noticed the time ring on Black's index finger. They then tell everyone how time travel is a forbidden action and how they can get destroyed for tampering with time, as it's only allowed to flow in only one direction. They're scared now, but Beerus says he can forgive if he can get some food, and so he gets those sausages. Bulma then remembers the old time machine and goes to find it so she can repair it. All while that's happening, Trunks decides to fight Goku to see how he stands against him, and so Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 and fights Trunks for a bit before knocking him out. Goku and Vegeta then go train for a bit so they can have a better chance against Black. The time machine is done, and they go in the future. In an alternate timeline, they go and feed the survivors and all that, as well as mine, and they then go and announce their return. Black was there instantaneously. Vegeta then goes Super Saiyan Blue and rushes Black. He's having a bit of difficulty at first, but then knocks Vegeta down. He then transforms into Super Saiyan Rose. But before he can dispose of the prince, Zamasu arrives, saying he should have been the one taking at least one of them down. Black is triggered but agrees to fight Vegeta, while Zamasu is gonna take on Goku. This was also the right time for him to figure out Zamasu is immortal. Vegeta is having trouble with Black. Vegeta got owned and they had to swallow their pride and return to the present. In the present timeline, Goku, Beerus, and Whis decide to investigate Black's appearance back then, as well as the time ring, and as Goku says, being a deity as well. They go to Universe 10 and consult with Govasu as well as Zamasu. At first glance, Goku recognizes Zamasu and almost says how he joined Black as well, but Beerus throws him in the air. Goku then feels the Kai's ki and realizes it's not only divine ki, it's quite similar to Black too. They figure out Zamasu has weird intentions, but can't connect the dots that easily. Goku decides to fight the Kai in training, and it's quite obvious to him his ki is really similar to Black's. Once they finish, the three then leave. Goku says there must be a way Black and Zamasu are connected. Once Goku floors Zamasu, the hatred came out. Whis says they should keep it low-key and wait for an opportunity to catch Zamasu in his act, theorizing about him using the Dragon Balls to wish for Goku to have the same mindset as himself. Whis also theorizes about a body swap, but they keep that under the rugs until they're absolutely sure. Vegeta and Goku then go off to train with Whis in a time chamber. They are in there for about 6 months and get plenty stronger. So with it, they go back in the future. Once the Saiyans arrive in the future, Trunks is hella confused as to what the two Saiyan comrades of his have tapped into, as Goku entered Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken and Vegeta in the Super Saiyan Blue evolution respectfully. Vegeta knocks out Black and kills him in a matter of minutes, adding times 10 to Trunks' confusion. However, Zamasu is a bit harder to take down as he wished to be immortal. Goku has to finish it quick, so he fires a massive Kamehameha, seemingly destroying him. However, that's not the end, as Zamasu starts to spread throughout the universe. Zamasu says how this counterpart took Goku's mortal body to get rid of mortals. They have no chance now, no matter how hard they try. Goku then recalls Zeno and his conversations with him and how he is unbeatable and all. Goku then asks, "Did you guys kill all the gods in the cosmos?"
Yes, no one but Zeno and me remain.
That works. Goku then pulls out the Zeno button and presses it to summon Zeno to his location. Zamasu is seen sweating bullets as he looks at Zeno. With Zeno there, Goku asks of him to destroy Zamasu, and destroy he did. With that, they manage to return to the present just in time. Once they escaped to the present, Goku came to the conclusion that the future timeline is destroyed and there is no way he can go back. We suggest that he goes into another timeline to live or to stay here, because at this point there is nothing left. Trunks thinks about it for a moment and sees Mai shedding tears. Trunks brings her head in for a hug and consoles her, saying,
At this point, it's useless to go into the future. Whenever I go, there'll be a copy version of me and Mai.
"Might as well stay here. We could use an extra Saiyan."
Then we're staying. At this point, it's better to stay here than make yet another time ring and have a complete whole penta set of them. At least we're gonna have some peace. Right, Mai?
So is Zeno still around? Goku got a brilliant idea to get the future Zeno from the future into this timeline. So with some persuasion, Goku and Trunks go back to pick up Zeno. With it, future Zeno is now residing in the present timeline. It's been a while since Goku Black and Zamasu were destroyed. Trunks and Mai got engaged in the meantime and are already making a big wedding ceremony, courtesy of Bulma, who set it all up on a massive cruise ship yet again in about a week from now, so that the Saiyans can train and no one gets interrupted. Goku gets his fair share of robbers and figures he's gotten rusty from all that farming. So he goes to Beerus' world and asks about a tournament, way back in Universe 6 tournament. Beerus tells Goku how he won't do it as it's too risky, but Goku doesn't give a shit and presses the Zeno button anyway. After the trip, Goku tells Whis and Beerus to take him to the Kaioshin realm, and they go. Beerus gets his tea and Daishinkan arrives. The rules are explained and of course everyone is in shock. They then go hunt for the fighters for the Tournament of Power. But they have a Zeno Expo to go to first. Zeno Expo goes similarly to canon, except Buu doesn't exist. So Trunks is there, and Gohan is not really necessary, so Vegeta takes its spot. After that, the real tournament is starting to take shape. The teams are formed rather quickly. Goku is in, of course, Vegeta is also in, Gohan is in after convincing his wife he'll be back in a flash. Trunks was caught in a tough situation as him and Mai got to prepare for the wedding that's coming literally a day after the tournament, but he joins in too. Roshi sure joins in too, and he'll need the special training too. Tien joins in, Krillin is in too, and there are 3 questionable teammates to go with all of those. They lay down a whole lot of potential fighters to go, but can't really choose who. They agree with Kid Trunks and Goten due to the decent skills they have. They then start bitching for the last fighter and Goku settles with Frieza, much to everyone's confusion, but Vegeta agrees, adding times 100 to this tournament. Frieza is then appointed somehow, and with it set in place, they go and have one last chow before a big tournament, and to say it's big is an understatement. With those few moments wasted on getting Frieza, our dozen fighters go to the Null Realm. Upon settling in and seeing the Universe 6 Saiyans are there, Goku glares at one special foe, Jiren the Great, as Jiren displays a bit of his power. Vegeta is amazed how something so strong exists out there. Daishinkan then announces the start of the tournament and everyone ditches the stick to each other plan. To stick to the important parts, Goku and Vegeta actually work together to defeat the Mutts and Puppies. They do so easily and continue on. So the first casualty is Universe 9 of course, as they're eliminated and wiped from existence. Caulifla then finds Goku and they start battling. It all ends up with Kale going nuts and destroying most of the arena. Jiren intervenes and disposes of her. Vegeta then fights Brienne and defeats her easily. Then after seeing Jiren doing what he did, he goes to him and engages the first battle with him. It starts off eventless until Vegeta uses Super Saiyan Blue evolution of his and starts making a mark on the alien. Jiren then displays a bit of his power, knocking Vegeta out for a little bit, and once Vegeta gets back to his senses, he knew that he will only use himself up with the ace in his sleeves, but decides to take the risk as he brings out all the power he has of his Super Saiyan Blue evolution.
I will show you that no power lasts forever. Not even yours will last long enough for you to realize your little revenge mission is pointless.
He goes into what he calls Royal Blue, which is pretty much Super Saiyan Blue evolution but with a little bit of an upgrade. Jiren tries to dispose of him just like he did with Kale, but Vegeta takes the kick and turns his attention to Jiren, attacking him and doing a lot of damage to him. The rest of the Pride Troopers go to aid Jiren, but are then stopped by the Saiyans as they battle the troopers. Jiren is taking a massive beating and can't really do anything about it, but power up to his full power. He now has a chance as he goes and attacks Vegeta as their power clashes with each other's. Meanwhile, Roshi's taking a beating from Frost and he can't do anything but try and seal him away. In this scenario, he actually seals him away for good with the help of Gohan and throws the bottle out of the ring. Frost tries to bargain by going back in, but is then destroyed in the process by Zeno. Vegeta is still holding up against Jiren, but eventually loses all of his stamina and energy, then faints. Jiren is about to throw him off the ring, but Goku sees this and prevents Jiren from doing so. Goku is then knocked out almost instantly and Vegeta is pretty much considered thrown off. The rest of the Saiyans then charge at Jiren and are trying to take revenge, and although Jiren is worn out, he still can keep up with the Saiyans. Eventually the Saiyans start losing a lot of energy and also losing hope. Trunks puts all his shit aside and starts transforming into Super Saiyan Rage and attacking Jiren with all he's got. Trunks and Goten fuse into Gotenks, but they're put down after a failed attempt. Jiren then prepares to knock them all off to claim victory, but both Goku and Vegeta open their eyes as they access Autonomous Ultra Instinct, followed by a really nice and big light show. Jiren, having no time to play around, tries to put Goku and Vegeta back down, but Goku dodges and lands a gut punch on Jiren, strong enough that Jiren is gasping for air and Vegeta kicks him in the chin, making him fly high in the air and become paralyzed from the force of the kick. As Goku is looking at his new power of his, he loses his power. Due to Jiren being completely paralyzed, Vegeta, who still had control over his instinct, goes and kicks Jiren as he's falling down and gets him eliminated. Jiren then lost the battle. They win about 20 minutes before the end of the tournament. Daishinkan comes over and announces the winners and asks them of the wish. With all the Saiyans thinking about their own things, Goku speaks up. I'd like to return all of the universes that were destroyed in this tournament to be brought back into existence. It's not fun to be the only universe in existence now, is it? With Daishinkan telling him it was a wise choice, he summons the Super Shenron and this restores all the universes with the help of it. With that, we have the winners of the Tournament of Power and they return back to their normal lives. A day after they rested up, they attend Trunks' and Mai's wedding, with Gohan being his groomsman since student-master connection, and they have actually survived this but they don't know what might be coming for them in the near future. Goku and Vegeta are currently trying to figure out how they managed to get into their Ultra Instinct. They were both pretty much knocked out and are trying to get that feeling they got before they transformed. Whis is there giving them pointers while congratulating them on their massive form upgrade. However, Whis points out to Vegeta how he had a purple aura spike in the tournament. Vegeta said that indeed felt weird and had conscience at one point. Whis said that could explain it all. He also says how he might have a wrong master for Ultra Instinct and that he should be consulting with Beerus for that. Meanwhile, Beerus is over at Capsule Corp being screamed at by Bulma to get the trio back because the Dragon Balls are gone. Beerus then goes and shoots a distress signal, to which Whis and the Saiyans see and rush back. Bulma explains the situation and Vegeta goes nuts.
What do you mean? The Dragon Balls have been stolen.
I don't know, they just did.
Shit. Go look at your surveillance. You have it for a reason. I'll go with Kakarot and the Dragon Raider to try and pick up the location.
With it, Bulma checks out the cameras and sees the Frieza force behind the act. Vegeta enables the radar and the Dragon Balls are nowhere to be found.
Damn it all. I told you reviving Frieza would turn out like this, Whis.
Far in the galaxy, the Frieza force is planning to give Frieza 5 centimeters to his height, as well as send the majority of Frieza force to find as many recruits as possible. Lemo and Chilai scout out the region borders of the Frieza Empire and they come across something. The two low-class soldiers see the planetoid Vampa and read 2 power levels on it. They land on it and get introduced to Paragus and Broly, whose power is immeasurable with normal scouters. They return and the Force recruits them and gives the two who found them a big prize for finding the Saiyans. They then begin planning on going to Earth, simply because Paragus sent King Vegeta exiled him from the planet because his son had a massive power level from birth. With it set, they go for Earth. Goku and Vegeta sense something coming up not too far away, so they go look for it. When they get there, Frieza's ship descends, and no words spoken, they realize what they're here for. Paragus notices the prince, and of course commands Broly to kill Vegeta. Everything goes as per normal until Paragus decides it's enough and reaches for the remote for the shocker. And guess what? It's not there. Broly is getting more and more insane, but Goku manages to somehow calm him down enough so he listens to him. Broly calms down and goes to his father, only to see his father killed, with Frieza turning around with a smirk. He saw Broly looking at him in utter shock and started fearing for himself, as Broly completely lost his focus, even with Goku there. Broly then turned into a Super Saiyan and rushed Frieza with full force. Frieza had no chance in his usual final form, so he tried going into his golden form, but got busted up pretty bad regardless when Broly saw Frieza transform, going into his legendary Super Saiyan and completely obliterating Frieza. Broly then went on a rampage for the Saiyans, but Whis noticed that Broly has no self-control, so he comes up in front, neck chopping Broly as he collapses down on the ground. I advise you to stay out of Goku and my way of convincing Broly that you're not the old king of the Saiyans, Vegeta.
Fine.
Goku then instant transmission Broly while Vegeta took Whis with him and they went back to Capsule Corp, while Whis went to Goku, who was laying Broly down. Beerus saw Broly and started asking questions before Whis asked him to leave. Broly started waking up.
What happened?
You're safe now. You destroyed Frieza, although he didn't quite deserve it.
He killed my father, and I still have to take revenge on that bitchy king.
The other Saiyan isn't who you think it is. That is the new king, not the old one. Vegeta heard Whis refer to him as king, and the pride returned. Vegeta, come over here and tell him what you wanted.
Well, I was right. A Saiyan was destined to rule us bunch of losers from day one. We proved, Frieza, that we really are a superior race with you. If you wish to join the team, you can go right ahead. Just know, I'm not my father. I may used to be like him, but I've changed. So I'm giving you an opportunity to change too. Live with us. Alright, if you say so.
Broly then shook hands with Vegeta, then met the rest of Vegeta's family. Bulma welcomed him in and gave him a place to stay until he gets accustomed to his new life and new food. It's been a while since Vegeta and Goku befriended Broly. Broly joined Goku with training with Whis, while Vegeta took Whis' advice and started talking to Beerus about training. To which Beerus is reluctant, but once Whis said and told Beerus of a potential to become the next destroyer, telling him of the transformation Vegeta took on, Beerus got excited and started training Vegeta. Whis explained to Goku that Vegeta has a polar opposite to Ultra Instinct. You see, Goku, Vegeta has a destroyer version of Ultra Instinct. The version you're using is only accessible by angels. Vegeta doesn't quite aim for that in his head right now. I taught him King Bat then for a reason, so that he can access it at will, as it accessed by pure self-indulgence. He'll need a lot of his old ego back to achieve this form. That's why I told Beerus to train with Vegeta. Can Broly learn either of those? He doesn't really have a massive ego as Vegeta, but he doesn't have that calm as you to access Ultra Instinct either. That's a path he will have to decide. Meanwhile, over at Beerus' side of the training grounds.
So you got overwhelmed by the sense of present in Ultra Instinct?
Yes, Lord Beerus. And apparently flared a purple aura similar to yours.
That's what I saw too. Just know that I'm ready to about to teach you. It's basically a polar opposite to Ultra Instinct. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get right to it.
Excuse me for interrupting, but we're getting a call from the Grand Supreme Kai about a distress signal on Namek. And also a call from Bulma. The Grand Supreme Kai started speaking of a magician called Moro, and how he escaped from the galactic prison, among other people. Bulma chimes in on how Jocko came over for the same thing, along with a few of Galactic Patrol members. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly decide to investigate, so they all instant transmission together, while telling the Galactic Patrol to worry about the other escapees. With it, they're on Namek. Grand Supreme Kai warns them of Moro being able to absorb life energy. Noticing the life force fading away from Namek, Vegeta decides to find Moro and strip him of his powers completely. So him and Broly go to deal with it, while Goku is awaiting orders for himself. He receives a complaint about 7-3 and that he was last seen heading for Earth. Goku immediately dips out of there. Vegeta in the meantime found Moro and Spirit Fission Moro from all the power he took and split it up across the planet accordingly.
He's all yours, Broly.
Broly then went ahead and powered up to his newly acquired Super Saiyan and started going to town beating Moro up, while Vegeta kept Broly's power to Broly, not allowing Moro to take it. Moro has been defeated and locked up again. 7-3 met the same fate, since Goku didn't have to use anything fancy to defeat him. With that, Moro has been successfully defeated, and the three Saiyans are now beginning training to fully master their respective instincts. Goku has now fully mastered his Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta has fully mastered his Ultra Instinct, which is essentially Ultra Ego in canon, but the name for it doesn't really exist in this timeline. Beerus told Vegeta,
No, unlike the angel version of Ultra Instinct, your instinct can easily be upgraded. Just by using your rage and ego, you can go to such heights with it.
Yeah, I got it. I feel like I need such a power-up soon.
Goku feels so too, but doesn't really pay attention to it. Vegeta then continues to train with Beerus, while Goku is trying to master his Ultra Instinct with Whis as his mentor. Meanwhile, on the unknown planet, the Dragon Balls scatter. We see a long, green-haired man looking at his fists.
I've decided to take Frieza on first, then those filthy Saiyans. Set course to one of Frieza's quadrants and locate the Kampstein.
Granola gets his squad ready for assault, but then gets notified that Frieza was actually killed on multiple accounts by Saiyans actually.
Well then, in any case, we're going to wherever the Saiyans are after their planet got destroyed.
Eventually, every Saiyan was located conveniently on Earth. Granola took the chance and started prepping for a trip to Earth. All while that's happening, Goku and Vegeta are training in their respective instincts, trying to get a hold of their new power-ups. All of a sudden, they get a weird feeling that they might have some danger coming nearby. Their suspicions come up true, as there is a ship coming down nearby them. Goku and Vegeta stand in their forms, but without their flaring auras, just waiting on who will come out. Out comes Oil and Granola, looking around, then seeing the Saiyans. They begin sharing small talk.
So I see a duo of Saiyans. Perfect for revenge for starters.
I don't know who you are, but we're probably not the ones you're trying to get revenge on.
Oh, I'm not talking about you two. I'm probably talking about all of the Saiyans. I know your planet got wiped, so it'll be easy to get rid of a couple planet benching monkeys.
Still don't know what's happening, but I think I've seen you before. Let's get down to business. Kakarot, stay out of my way.
Granola and Vegeta begin their battle, and Granola started powering up to match, then rushing Vegeta, who simply takes the punch, laughing at it, saying,
Compared to you, Cerealian, I get stronger every time I get punched. Now get ready.
Vegeta then went ahead and started beating up Granola, eventually kicking the eye scope off of his head, revealing his eye. Granola started sniping, but it proved useless. Goku went past Oil to investigate the third power source he managed to find. He finds out it's Granola's true body, but as Goku turns back to the ship, the true Granola rushes to Goku and strikes a pressure point directly over his heart that briefly stops it, causing him to drop out of his Master Ultra Instinct. A final devastating blow sends Goku crashing through the mountain. Granola says that he wanted to save his true strength for Frieza, but since Frieza is dead, he had nothing to do for revenge except attack the Saiyans. He then mocks Goku for falling for his trick and prepares to kill him with a ki blast, only to be interrupted by Vegeta. Vegeta has no interest in trying to reason with Granola and stays to go all out. Granola fuses both his bodies again and gives Vegeta a go sign. Vegeta saw Granola's true power and then got worried for a second, but then turned emotionless. Granola then punched Vegeta's liver, but instead of Vegeta dripping down in pain, Vegeta actually enjoyed it. Vegeta burst an aura, beginning to power up. Granola jumps back in surprise as Vegeta's aura swells and then ignites into an enormous gout of electricity that shoots all the way to Granola. This alerts both Oil and Goku, the latter of whom notes that Vegeta's key signature feels like that of a god, but not the normal one though. Granola fires sniper beams at Vegeta, who is concealed within his new aura, but only for them to be destroyed before even touching him. As Vegeta's aura clears away, we see that Vegeta has transformed into a new form, with longer hair and sparking aura, golden eyes, and arcs.
For you see, Granola, I'm one step closer to being a destroyer. Maybe I'm at that level. You may be strong, but I'm stronger in every way. I call this beyond my ego, my newest form in my arsenal.
Oil tried escaping, but Vegeta did a simple Hakai.
Now that you understand, let me shine a bright light on your situation. Whatever you have against the Saiyan race is none of my business.
Vegeta then goes and begins the process of Hakaiing the last remaining Cerealian.
And now, Hakai.
Vegeta then left no trace of Granola, making his 2 years of life turn into 2 hours. With it, Vegeta and Goku then went back to Capsule Corp, found Broly, and started training him. It's been about a week since the fight with Granola. Goku, Broly, and Vegeta are in Capsule Corp training. Vegeta then senses a very high power level that's bigger than all 3 Saiyans, Beerus, and Whis combined, coming their way, So Vegeta goes to investigate. He sees someone with his iconic hair and armor, although it looks slightly different. We can skip the introductions, I already know who you are.
Who the hell are you? Are you here to kill me?
I'm Michael, I see that you got really strong. I have a really cool idea I think you might like. How about a multiversal tournament? Many Vegetas are down, how about you?
A tournament? Other Vegetas? What's the prize?
Yeah, if you had a tournament of power, it has the same rules, but instead of fighting individuals from your multiverse, you'll be fighting other versions of you from various universes. So you'll have all sorts of other Vegetas. The main prize is getting to be the king of all Saiyans. Down to represent your own shit?
Other versions of me. Count me in. But when? I have my own shit to take care of here.
I'll notify you soon enough. It won't be for much longer from now. At least I hope so. There's something I need to reach first. That can take a few days or a few years. Either way, I'll get you up to speed soon. Good thing you're up for it. Anyways, I have to go. Gotta go to the next timeline.
Alright. Oh, I'll see you soon. That was weird. Talking to a bitch version of me.
Hey, I heard that! Michael then goes Super Saiyan and immediately rushes Vegeta. Vegeta receives a punch in the face, but transforms into his beyond ego.
Not bad. I guess this should be enough.
Michael maintains his Super Saiyan, and the battle continues. Vegeta is trying so hard to surpass Michael, but Michael easily blocks and dodges his attacks.
That's nice. You made me use around 70%. Could be more, could be less.
70%?
You seem more powerful than the other one, who is an actual god of destruction. Turns out you are too. You're actually eligible for the tournament. Anyways, I'll be going now. I'm no bitch and I'm stronger, innit?
Sure.
With that, yet another Vegeta is ready for the tournament of Vegetas. Michael gave a little taste of his power to Vegeta, who was astonished by the fact that Michael used barely 3/4 of his power. Vegeta wanted to get even stronger than that form Michael displayed. He turned to Beerus once again for training, to improve his skills, and Beerus was happy to accommodate. And with that, we're done with this what if. Thank you for watching. If you think I will never find a job, then click dislike, but if you liked the video, hit that like button. Please, feel free to check out my sparring partners on my channel page, and give them some love. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.